Today must be an extraordinarily difficult day for you and your family. Do you know anything about what's happened to your family in Gaza?
It's the saddest birthday in the world right now. But no, we have no information. We have some information about Yarden, Shiri's husband, because Hamas published a movie of him, and some of the hostages that came back met him. But from Shiri and the kids, we have actually zero information since the 7th of October.
How are you marking today, Kfir's first birthday?
We're actually marking a birthday for somebody that's not with us, so it's very, very difficult. We recorded a song with a lot of people, and we've put a lot of balloons, and there is something that we're going to do in the Astor Square, and a lot of people are going to come and to be with us and support us. And then they made cake for him, a lot of cakes for him, and we did so many things in the past week. But I'm asking myself every day, it seems like so crazy thing to do, to celebrate for somebody that's not with us. So.
And Kfir, as the youngest hostage, I think it's fair to say he's become a symbol of the helplessness that many Israelis are feeling right now. Do you feel that your government is doing enough to try to get the remaining hostages home to Israel?
I will tell you that from my government and all the governments and all the diplomats in the world. They are all cowards and hypocrites, and they're doing. But as you can see, Kfir is not here, Ariel is not here, Shir is not here, and 136 people that have been kidnapped are not here. So probably they're not doing enough.
What are you asking the Israeli government to do?
There were so many things to do. First of all is to change the priority, because what we are saying is that we want to get Yichus in war, and then we want to demolish Hamas, and only then we want to bring our people back. So we need to change our priority and speak about the hostages first of all, and then we can catch Yichus in war tomorrow or in a week or in a month from now. But Kfir doesn't have tomorrow. It doesn't have 1 hour from now. It's with the same clock. And all the world should understand. All the world is pushing us and making us, and judging us and blaming us for so many things. And it forced us to bring humanitarian equipment to Gaza. And it's okay that it will be humanitarian equipment in Gaza because the civilians need it. But please make sure that the civilians will get it, because what's happening right now is that we're taking the trucks from our borders to Gaza with supplies, with fuel, and immediately the Hamas going on this truck and shooting everybody that's trying to get something from there and taking all the supplies for themselves. So in one end we are fighting Hamas, and in the second end we give him fuel and we give him energy to keep fighting. So there is no logic between these two things. And the second of all, the world is so hypocrite, because he is using all this terror money for his universities, for his things, because that they're paying so many money for a lot of things. Stop it. Take the money from all this radical terror organization. Take their money. Make them beg. Make them go to their coffee shop to buy the smallest coffee and don't have money to do that. Make sure that they're going down on their knees, because this is the only possibility that they will negotiate it with us and will release all our people. We cannot survive without seeing them anymore. We cannot survive without knowing for the rest of our lives what happened with them. If they're alive, if they're dead, if they are injured. Like we had the same thing with Ron Arad that been kidnapped decades ago, and nobody knows what happened with them. We don't want to do this with another 126 people.
And families, of course, of hostages have been gathering in Tel Aviv for over 3 months now, demanding the return of your loved ones. What is life like for those of you who have to spend your days fighting for their return?
That's what I'm doing since the 7th of October. I start my work. I'm working. I'm a real estate broker in Tel Aviv, and it didn't work since then. I'm not doing anything beside that. I'm 24/7, been interviewing, been speaking with diplomats. We travel all over the world to try to convince people to stay by our side, to keep the story alive. We're doing everything that is possible with our end, because we are not diplomats, we are not generals, we don't have the power to actually do something. We're just trying to beg people to listen to us and understand our situation and be by our side and understand that even in war, okay, there is loss. And even in war, you cannot hold a child in captivity. It's not allowed, and the world keep it quiet. It doesn't say anything. A woman over there been raped repeatedly every day, and all those Me Too organization doesn't say anything. All those child support organization doesn't say anything that Kfir has been there for 30% of his life. All this human rights organization doesn't say anything that it doesn't get their medicine, that it doesn't get treatment, that it doesn't allow to the Red Cross to go in and check that they're okay and give them some kind of help. Nobody says anything. Nobody's screaming. It's time for you to get outside and start screaming. Think about it. Think like it's your family. It could have been you. It could have been you. You live in Europe, you live in the US, you live in a lot of places, and all of this radical Muslim organization. I'm not speaking about the Muslim. I'm speaking about the radical Muslim organization. That they're inside of you. They're inside of your cities. And what happened to us on the 7th of October is just a matter of time until they will do the same thing to you, and you know that, and you keep and you make the same sin that we did. In the 5th of October, we choose to close our eyes and to close our ears, and not to see what's happening, what's supposed to happen. And in the 7th of October, we waked up for hell, okay, for hell. And you are doing the same thing. You're closing your eyes, you're closing your ears. You prefer not to hear and not to do anything with the situation that you are into right now. So it's the time of everybody that's hearing me right now to get up, go outside, and start screaming for our daughters that have been raped. Some of them have probably been pregnant right now. It's something that we talked about in the news every day. For our children that doesn't come back. For the families that hear for the last 104 days that have zero information about their families. And for you to scream for yourself to avoid the same thing that happened to us.
Yosi Schneider, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here on France 24 today.
Thank you.
I hope you're reunited with your family soon.
Me too. Thank you.